we do begin with some rare good news in the battle against the coronavirus. Evidence that an antiviral drug might help patients recover more quickly, Savannah.
In the meantime, federal social distancing guidelines are set to expire today at midnight. The White House signaling they will not be extended because governors are now working the restrictions into their reopening plans for their states. And to that end, at least 25 states are set to ease stay-at-home orders by the weekend.
Overall, there are nearly 1.1 million cases of the coronavirus in the United States and 61,000 deaths, but both are now rising at a slower pace. We do have complete coverage, including a live interview with Dr. Anthony Fauci. But first, NBC's Tom Costello has more on that potential treatment that is showing some promise. Good morning, Tom.
Yeah, good morning, Hoda. So, we've been talking for weeks about potential drugs that might have some efficacy, might work against this pandemic. None of them yet has had the gold seal of approval from the NIH or approved by the FDA. That may now be about to change because there is promising news now about this drug called remdesivir. It may be a real effective strategy in the fight against this pandemic. This morning, a promising option for treating the sickest coronavirus patients. With President Trump's urging, the FDA appears poised to approve the use of remdesivir, an antiviral that has shown positive signs during clinical trials led by the NIH.
It is a medicine that prevents the virus from growing.
What it is proven is that a drug can block this virus.
Dr. Anthony Fauci, the nation's lead infectious disease expert, saying there is clear-cut evidence it works.
We think it's really opening the door to the fact that we now have the capability of treating, and I can guarantee you, as more people, more companies, more investigators get involved, it's going to get better and better.
The NIH trial involved nearly 1,100 patients worldwide. So far, remdesivir has accelerated median recovery times from 15 to 11 days. And at 8%, the mortality rate is lower than the 11.6% for those who received a placebo.
This is remdesivir versus placebo.
Leading the charge for the global trial, Emory University Hospital, which had more patients than any other site. We've been in contact for several weeks with the top researcher there, Dr. Anish Mehta.
We've now found that remdesivir has a significant effect, and so we do want to make sure that we offer it to all the patients that would qualify and would get benefit from it.
Still, he cautions these results are preliminary. Arnold Wegg is both a doctor and a patient. He recovered from COVID-19 after receiving remdesivir along with another drug, Actemra.
I think it's really appropriate to give these medicines with established track records a try in this desperate population.
It's important to note remdesivir is not for everybody. It's for the sickest of the sick in the hospital ICU. It's only treatable or usable, I should say, in an IV form. You're not going to see this in a pill form at the local pharmacy. The NIH says its study still needs to be peer-reviewed. Gilead Sciences is ramping up production of the med. And now researchers want to know how effective it is in combination with other drugs, and might that be even more helpful? Savannah, back to you.
All right, Tom, thank you. That sets us up nicely for Dr. Anthony Fauci, the face of America's response to the coronavirus pandemic and the director of the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases, which ran that study. Dr. Fauci, it's good to see you with some good news to report this morning. You said that remdesivir is not a knockout. This isn't a miracle drug, but it sounds like it is a breakthrough. Can you explain why?
Well, it's a really important proof of concept because this is the first very highly powered, about 1,100 individuals, and it was a placebo-controlled randomized trial, which I've been talking about for some time now, which is really the gold standard of how you prove something is safe and either works or doesn't work. And although the results were clearly positive from a statistically significant standpoint, they were modest. The improvement was 31% better chance of recovering and getting out of the hospital. That's important, but it's the first step in what we project will be better and better drugs coming along, either alone or in combination, drugs of this type and drugs addressing other targets of the virus. So it's good news, but I was very serious when I said this is not the total answer by any means, but it's a very important first step.
The FDA is expected to grant emergency usage for this so that it could be put into practice right away. What do you know about that? How soon do you expect that?
Well, you know, it's going to be really quickly. I was speaking with the commissioner of the FDA last night, and he's moving along very quickly. They have not made a final decision yet. They have not announced it, but I would project that we're going to be seeing that reasonably soon.
The company that makes the drug has described a very complex process. This is not easy. It's not a pill. It's intravenous. It takes months and months to manufacture. Are you confident that enough